Hello, hello, hello. How are we tonight? We are playing Cities Skylines, as you can see, and I hope you enjoy this stream. So we've got a couple of different things we'll be aiming to do tonight. We want to do some optimization of the public transport network. Obviously, we've put in a tram network recently. That sort of changed the flow of transport, and we really need to sort of plan for how we're going to rationalize our buses, stuff like that, so we can take advantage of the extra capacity that the trams bring us. We also want to build a little bit of a sort of a mountain sort of village up here near where our logging company is, basically. So we're going to jump in and we'll start working on that, you know, pretty much straight away. I'm just going to change to daytime so I can see. Well, hello, Blue Thunder, the illustrious. Yes, there are some trams somewhere. Let's have a look and see if we can find them. There's some buses. Yeah, there we go. A little reversible tram. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, so having trams, we've still got all these buses that are running down the main street of Lorikeet Valley, which doesn't really make much sense now. So I think, first thing we're going to do in this stream is to sort of tidy that up a bit. We don't need all those buses. We can reroute some via this sort of secondary bridge that we've built, and possibly, you know, have some buses go in sort of different directions rather than everything going into the city. Yeah. So, I don't know where he is. He's hiding somewhere. Might be on potentially one of these buses or something. Who knows? Who knows? So this is what it's looking like right now. We've got... I don't know why we've got this... Oh, actually, never mind. It's possibly turning around there. It actually doesn't make any sense to me looking at this. This is definitely a broken route. But where is it going? What route is this? It is Lorikeet Valley to Banksia. So it's going up here to this little public transport hub thing. So... that one's probably one we should keep, but I don't know what's happening with this movement. It's all a bit odd. I suspect it may have used to come via a different route, and it's decided to throw its lot in here. Possibly due to all the roads we've removed throughout the episode. So I might more or less just cut out a lot of these stops and just see if we can get it back to something looking somewhat normal. So what do we want? We want the 201. We want this one here. Yeah, I mean, your guess is as good as mine as to why it's doing this. So what we might do is get rid of these. And how does that look now? That looks a little bit better now. So I think that's a nice, sensible first change we can make. And yeah, pretty sensible. I don't know if it's that needed anymore, to be honest, because you do also have a metro stop up here as well. But I suppose it does cover a local transport need, so we might leave it in place. But what else do we have here? Other than that... Ooh. Random text. Okay. We've got how many routes that are just heading straight down this road? I reckon 2, judging by what I'm seeing here. Do we need both of them? Probably not. So we've got one that runs a bit of a interesting movement here, because I've changed the structure of the road and haven't updated our God, what is... This is crazy. Look at this. What route is this? Is the Lorikeet to Lorikeet Valley. This one we don't need. I'm just going to straight up get rid of this one. The tram covers most of this route, takes you over to the zoo over here, and you can hop on the metro to get into Lorikeet. So that one is just getting straight up deleted. So the Lorikeet to Lorikeet Valley. Goodbye. Sad faces, but it was duplicated, so you can stop complaining and just give me money. And then what have we got this one here? This is the Z1. This is functioned as a bit of a... Let's have a look. What was it doing? Oh, this is a zoo, a bus, isn't it? That's why it's called Z. And is it required? Probably not. Because you do have a tram line that runs along our Chitaway shores, our foreshore here, which stops at the zoo as well. So that is another one that's getting yeeted away. Sad faces. What about this one here? This is Lorikeet to Garnet. This one is necessary because we don't have... Well, I suppose we got the metro here, but not all the way out to Garnet. Garnet's a bit of a unfortunate area. It's, you know, built on some cliffs and stuff because apparently I wasn't looking at the topography when I built this suburb. So we'll give them their bus. Their bus can stay, I think. But is there anything we can do to improve how it flows? And I think it's pretty decent. Let's see where our stops are for it. It's looking okay. And then heads on into the city. That's okay, I'm happy with that one. What about this one? This one is doing some weird stuff. What is it? Is it that one there? No, it's not. Thornton Loop. No, we're nowhere near Thornton. Lorikeet to Garnet. It is Lorikeet to Garnet. So that is the one that we're saying we like, but this movement here where we're stopping at the station, that does not make sense because, once again, this road here that our station sits on did used to cross over here before we realigned Lorikeet Valley, Birdsong Boulevard, and put in our motorway as well. So we might switch this over, these stops to sit over here. Will that fix our issue? As we autosave. Yes, that makes it a little bit better. And what do we got here? This is our ground bypass train station to somewhere, which I believe is into our university. Yes, it is. That one can remain for the moment. I'm reasonably happy with that. It's a little bit duplicated with our light rail, but I think we'll leave it there. That is okay. And moving over to Banksia and Birdsong sort of areas, we've got mostly sort of fairly local services. I don't think we need to do too much here. What's this one? Banksia Hills to Garnet. That's a nice service. I don't think we need to do anything there. Got our park and ride service. And yeah, I think we're okay. Z2 is pretty important, to be honest, because it's not just a service to the zoo, it also can drop you off at the light rail station over here, or you can hop off over near our metro station as well. So that one's pretty good. Happy with that. No issues there whatsoever. Now popping over to Thornton. Oh, we've got this thing. This monstrosity, which we will be actually working on in this episode. We'll be probably spacing it out to about where these sort of nodes are spaced out. We'll do that all the way along, which hopefully will make it a little bit easier to work with, and it won't be as silly. But if we look at the transport over here, we've just got the one bus service. It works as a bit of a shuttle service that runs over to our train station. But potentially what we could do is also run one that runs over to old Lorikeet Valley over here, potentially. Might be a university service, potentially. So I think we might actually do that. This one will run from a different location, though. We'll have this one starting over in our new area, which already has abandoned buildings, of course. And we will have it... no, I can probably fit in another stop over here. It's just going to run along here. Also get in our education precinct. And then it's just going to pop all the way over to Toronto. You can stop by our metro station and just do a little bit of a loop and then sort of return back the way it came. Let's make sure it does route the way we want it to, though. And yes, it is. Cool. And I can head back and drop off students or pick them up in the afternoon. Whatever. And there we go. What am I doing now? Okay, so we'll call that the 510 Thornton to University. And what buses are we running here? We're using the default config. I can't remember what that is. It's not going to be any of these though. It's going to be over here. Okay, so we are running with a bit of everything. Could potentially maybe get our BCIs on there as well. Why not? Not the double deckers though. At least we probably don't need them for this one. Okay. Cool. So that's some tweaks to start with. One thing I'm actually noticing playing it today is that I usually get a heap of stutter, and I'm, you know, touching wood as dramatically as I can right now, but I'm not noticing any stutter right now. And I did see that during the week, the AMD BIOS was updated, which allegedly addressed a problem with the firmware trusted platform management feature, which apparently causes stutters in games and stuff like that. So I wonder if that's actually what's been causing it, because it seems to be behaving pretty well right now. I'll know if I go into landscaping, because I think that's where it's at its worst. So I might just sit for 30 seconds and just see if it stutters dramatically now that I'm in this. But it actually seems to be going okay. No, I spoke too soon. It stuttered, but it was also saving, so potentially that might be what's causing the issue. Well, what's causing that issue. This is new, I've not seen this before. Coloured cars in tunnels. Interesting. Alright, so we've done a little bit of work on our public transport. I think what we're going to now move on to doing is working on a bit of a sort of mountain village town up here. Obviously we're fairly close to our logging industry, but we need to increase our population. I think we need to get up to 60,000. Once we've got that, I will unlock this tile here, which is going to obviously be quite helpful for us. But what I'm going to quickly do, I don't know if you saw that, I've got a little bit of grey flickering happening, which is a bit weird. What I'm going to quickly do is take off my UDI, because I'm overheating quite a bit. So just give me a sec while I do that. If anyone cares to answer, is the area around Sheffield Sawmill, is that grey on your side? Because it doesn't look like it is in the preview I'm seeing in Streamlabs, but it is on my screen, so I wonder if my monitor is dying. I hope not, because it cost a hell of a lot. Alright, anyway, let's move on. So, yes. So I'm getting this weird greyness happening around here. Anyone in chat, let me know. Alright, anyway. We'll just ignore that for the moment. And we will get building. Doesn't look grey to me. Thanks, Ben. Okay, so it must be my monitor then. Which is interesting, because it doesn't look great. Alright. So, let's get up our topography view. So, obviously we've got some challenging... Yeah, I hope it's fine as well. It was a, like, 43-inch 4K, 144 hertz. Cost a hell of a lot of money, but it would still be under warranty anyway. It's just annoying when your monitor dies. Okay. So, we are going to need to do some leveling of the terrain here, which I know is naughty. Do respect your topography, but I think if we have a look at this area here, probably around this point, if we could level out a little bit of a pad here, we can get a little village, not a massive town or a massive suburb, anything like that, but potentially a village that would support our sawmill and you know, related stuff. Maybe there might be a few sort of touristy things, and we could even, you know, blue sky, thinking we could even look at some like cable cars or something like that down the line. But let's get leveling. So I'm thinking around about here. Don't want brush size too big. Might see if I can get my topography lines back up a little bit easier. Maybe a little bit bigger. Not 200 though. And we'll just give it a bit of a smooth. It looks like it'll be okay, but just to make sure we don't have any cliffs or anything like that showing up. Cool. So the question is, how do we get from this road, this little tiny road, little dirt road, which is saturated with truck traffic, how do we get up to our new residential zone that we're building? And possibly... So we autosave, and my system freezes a little bit. Possibly around about here, maybe. Possibly starting down here and making our way sort of cutting across or diagonally across the contours. But let's get a bit of a grid down first so we can sort of get a bit of an idea of what we're working with. Please stop going away. I need to get toggle it, I think, which allows you to leave those on. And what do we want? What are you? Pier fake road. So probably want a rural asphalt road, I'm thinking. And we probably don't want to be too gritty. We might try and sort of mirror this contour line here, potentially. So we'll go into freeform road and see if we can do that. Obviously not perfectly mirroring it, because those are not skills that I have. But mirroring it a reasonable amount. Get a nice 90 there. Can join back up there. And might just bend this road just a little bit, and then go straight over here, And yeah, we can move it to... Oh god, there's trees everywhere. Oh, I do have road anarchy on. I mean, prop anarchy. Classic move by me. Okay, we can fix that. Let's just highlight all of this. No, let's remove trees. In fact, let's just remove everything except nodes and segments. And we're just going to move it just a little bit, then back again, and that will get rid of all those pesky trees. And then... is that a bear? You don't belong here, mate. This is Australia. Yeah, he doesn't care, does he? What? Let's pretend that's a dingo. A dingo in the mountains. Yes. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a grid happening. And hopefully we can get in a bit of the old housing. Yeah. Alright, and we've got a nice little area here that we can hopefully start building in. We will lay down a district because we'll be using a specific theme here. I'm thinking we're going to use the Victorian houses. They're actually New Zealand Victorian houses, but they look pretty close to what you expect in Australian Victorian houses, so we'll be using that. What shall we call it? I have a Summersby cider sitting in front of me here, so we're going to call this area Summersby. Which I think makes perfect sense. This one here would be our main road, so we might see if we can... where are we? Get our contour lines and see if there's a decent sort of grade connection we can make here. Which I think it actually probably is looking not too bad. How is that? Where is my network multi-tool? What do we want? Slope mode. Oh, actually, if we... 5.7. It's not terrible. It's a country road. I've driven up way higher grades than this, going up the Blue Mountains and stuff like that, so I think it'll be fine. We will use our smooth tool though, just to make it look a little bit nicer. Okay, now we're going to be using our theme manager here, and what I want to go for is Victorian, which if we find them... Did I make this up? Do we not actually have anything assigned? Oh, there we go. Okay. So we got these New Zealand Victorian buildings, which I think look quite nice. These Hudson ones are quite nice as well. We might actually set up a new theme that we'll use for this area. So we're going to call this Summersby. So yes, we will have all the New Zealand Victorians. These Hudson ones, I think, will fit in quite nicely as well. What about Federation houses? They are probably a little bit extra for what I'm going for. Definitely not inner city terraces. Probably not boomer homes either. It's probably a little bit new for what we're going for here. California bungalows though. Yes. I like it. Let's get those down as well. Okay, so let's get some water connected here. Apparently we ran a water pipeline in that direction, which I'm sure it made sense at the time. But we will put a new pipeline in under the roads where our pipes belong. Probably would be easier if I'm turning off guides, but you know what, why not? Didn't mean to make that connection, but I did, so I'm going to run with it. Perfect. And when we're looking at power, we probably need a substation here, I'm guessing. We've got our UK substation, which gets quite a bit of use. So we might plop that down here. And then connect that with some of our higher voltage transmission lines, I would say. No, actually we probably don't need them, do we? We can probably just go with some regular ones. And just connect them across. What do we reckon? Can't even see them. Yeah, they'll do fine. They'll do fine. Okay, so we probably do want a little bit of commercial stuff here, which we need to actually add to our theme, because otherwise we just won't get anything, you know, creating or growing if we're putting down commercial. So let's have a little bit of a look and see what we could potentially look at adding on here. We probably would like a pub, but I don't know if we want something like the Ship Inn or anything like that. We might want a sort of slightly smaller one. But we actually don't have that many commercial assets, do we? We could put a spotlight down. Everyone loves doing a bit of a haberdashery and such. Might just add a few sort of less dramatic assets. This is going to sort of remain quite low density. We're not going to be doing too much in terms of upgrades or anything like that. So we might just get a few. You know what? Why not? They can have a hotel. They can have a hotel. Everyone needs to drink somewhere, right? And there's a few shops. That's not a shop. Dino Oil. We can stick a service station in there instead. What I'm seeing from going through and having to do this is that I need more decent commercial assets, because there's not much going on here. Okay. Yeah, pretty happy with that. Chuck that one on there as well. Why not? Zombie Lake Tap House. Sure. Okay, so let's have a look and see where we want to lay down our zoning. So I think a bit of a commercial sort of hub, probably around about here or so would make sense. So we'll get down probably these 2 blocks. We will need to save for some civic uses as well. We'll need like a, you know, fire station, stuff like that. But pretty much everything else we're just going to zone as residential. Which obviously we've got huge demand because everyone wants to start building straight away. We'll save those couple of blocks and see how we're going. We can always add another block or 2 in if we need some more space for our civic uses. Cool, but as you can see, people are keen to move in here. We've already got quite a few different commercial assets. Those are definitely not assets I selected, I feel like. But the houses are, so I guess it's okay. No, I must have, right? Yeah, I don't know. No, these houses, I think this is a really good area for these houses. I could imagine driving through. I'm thinking like a town like Bowral or something like that, and seeing these old sort of Victorian houses dotted along the road. And I think it looks quite good. And if you're not careful, you'll run into a rock. Alright, how are our services going? I'm just going to take a quick sip of my drink. I think obviously we need an elementary school, and I think this one here probably makes the most sense. It's a little, perhaps an older style building, and we can get that one right there. For a high school, it's a little bit trickier, isn't it? We do have enough availability that we could ship them off to the city, so we might do that for the moment. But we are going to need some healthcare here. And I think we'll go with, yeah, our European sort of style clinic over here. Crematoriums are doing okay, but we might add one in here anyway, just to cover everything off. Fire, I would say we're definitely going to need some. In fact, we are, yeah, in a bit of danger in this entire sort of area, so we might put a fire department in here. Probably right here. So we can sort of serve this entire area. And police. Look, to be honest, despite the fact we don't have that many police stations, our crime rate is obviously really low. But we might get one in here anyway. We'll go to the Euro-style police station and we'll just pop it in this little block as well. We do need, however, a park. There's not going to be a dog park this time, because if you want to take your dog out, you can just go. What's this one? Is it a large playground? No, I'll resist the dog park. I'm resisting it. What else do we have? Could get maybe a basketball court down near our school. Also next to the police station. Cool. So, yeah, I think that is a nice little development we've got going there. We are continuing to grow, probably not as much as I would like, but we're getting there. We probably do need some public transport here, though. I'm thinking a bus service. Obviously, we don't have anything else here that we could use. So we could have a bus service that probably just pops down to, I'm thinking, the Valley side area. Obviously, that will connect you to a train station, and I think there's a high school here as well. Maybe there isn't. Let's have a look. There is a high school, so we'll make that connection. So that can be a fairly, you know, common use sort of connection. It'll get you down to the train if you want to go into the city. It'll get you to high school, or if you just want to, I guess, shop at some different shops than the 5 you've got up here in Somersby. You've got that option as well. So let's get a bus route down. And we'll have it stop at our, or stop at our little civic complex here. Just head all the way down. No stops, anything like that. And it'll run straight to our train station. Probably a few stops through Valleyside. We could also use this as a bit of a local service within Valleyside. Over to our school, stop out the front so kids aren't crossing the road, and just head on its merry way back. Nice and easy. And yeah, we'll just use the default transit setup here. My cat is asking to leave the room, so I'm just going to go let her out so she doesn't loudly bang on the door. Okay, cat is appeased. So. What else should we work on in this episode? One thing I actually want to do, while I'm thinking about it, is to try and upgrade this road to a 4-lane road. Obviously, we've got some issues here because we've got this little tiny stretch that is outside of our city limits, but I think we can cheese that if we use Move It. So I'm going to try to do that. This is what they call a pro gamer move, I think you'll find. What do we want to use? I don't know why I've used two different sorts of roads here. Let's remedy that, shall we? And we're just going to upgrade all of this. Oh, you bastard. You bastard. Let's try that again. Okay. Oh, whoa. 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 Actually, we don't even need to make sure we can undo it. We can just use network multi-tool. AKA my favorite thing in the world. Yeah, we'll turn off collisions. Alright, let's do it. So, we want to use the, what is it? Arrange at a line. And we want to go from there to there. No. We don't want to do that. Oh, we can, I suppose. Let's do it. Ugh. What's happened? Oh no, that's a disaster. Can we undo that? We can definitely not undo that. Oh. Oh god. Oh, this is... Oh no. Oh wow. It's a disaster. Whoa. What is... Oh gosh. I've made a mistake. I have made a mistake. Okay. Okay, what I might see if we can do is... Can we reset this object and will it fix itself? Yeah, okay, cool. So we can do a little bit of finessing using Move It. But overall... Yeah, I think that has turned out not too bad. Obviously we've got this sort of ugliness because things don't quite render properly if you don't own the square, but that is okay, we can deal with that. And that will allow us to solve a bit of a problem we were having here, where we're having some decent sort of backups. What I want to do though, what do we have set up here? Do we have timed traffic lights? We do. Let's have a look. I think that's okay, but we want dedicated turning lanes. Perfect. I think that will function pretty well. And that gives us a little bit of an increase in our throughput through here. Just one left to upgrade this little piece here. Cool. So I think that makes sense. It's a good move. Got a lot of utilization here. What's that button? Transfer manager. What about that one? I forgot what some things do sometimes. Not gonna lie, when you've got as many mods as I do. You sometimes forget. In fact, to be honest, I don't know what mod provides most of the functionality that I use. I just know that if I have all of the mods I have, I will have that functionality. I mean, makes sense to me. Cool. So I think I've actually covered most of the stuff I wanted to do in this stream. So from here it becomes a bit of a freestyle sort of activity. So if anyone in chat would like to make a suggestion, I would be happy to hear them. If not, I will just find something cool that I want to do and do that. Wonder how pollution's going in this area here, because we did have some, Oh, we got no power. How long have you been without power, my friend? Huh. Right. I'm guessing since I removed the bus depot that was here. Got enough clearance there, just want to check. Yeah, more than enough clearance. Perfect. What I was doing was checking pollution. Yeah, perfect. So we had some noxious uses here that we've moved on. Probably a while ago now in game time, but we do have a bit of land here that we could potentially use. I don't know what we'll be doing with it yet. We could squeeze in some more residential. We could also put a little bit of a commercial hub in here as well, which would probably make sense as well. That's probably something I'll look to do in a future episode. Also got a little bit of land here that we haven't used. I think I was planning to put some high density type uses here, which I never got around to, so we just sat here as a vacant sort of block. That is an interesting... You would not want to accidentally walk off there. I'll tell you that much. What can we do to fix that? Probably not all that much, because it's getting a bit weird in the other direction now. Maybe we could actually. Could move this over here and then lift that up. It's workable. It's workable. So let's get us some high density stuff here. A little node of sort of apartment type uses, which will help boost our population, and we're also very close to our metro as well. So they do have that that sort of usage as well if they want to get to the city or anything like that. I don't know if the residents would be that happy about this, but to be honest, this was always on the master plan, so they knew when they bought here that this was going to be apartments, and if they say they didn't, they're lying. Let's pop in to find it and see what we've got to work with here. So we want some high density residential. We do have these low rises, which is probably not a bad shout. I don't know if we'd go like full skyscraper, I should say, type uses here. We might keep it medium. But let's have a look and see what we've got available. Modern condos. Got some... This is actually an Australian asset. I feel like these are like blocks of flats you would see in like Burwood or Strathfield, areas like that. Modern low-rise condo. That's a pretty nice one actually. A little bit of greenery up top. Let's place that one down and have a look at it. So we've got 38 households here. It's level 4, so it may struggle. We may need to force downgrade it. But I think it's looking okay. I think I literally just saw someone walking through the air to get to an apartment there, I'm pretty sure. But no one lives there yet, so I don't know. That's not going to fit there, is it? No. Not even close. Are they the same building? Yes, but this one doesn't have grass. This one's got different props? I'm confused. I feel like that had some... Oh, yes, okay. We forgot to set it as historical. Fair enough, fair enough. So we'll get rid of you then, and we'll place something different down. What else do we have? Row houses. Maybe? I get a few of those in. I think that looks okay. I think that's that one we've got there, isn't it? Oh yes, and also historical. It says tower, but it's not that bad. I'd be happy having that, I think. Could we fit it in this little block here? It will be... no. A little bit squeezy, isn't it? Let's have a look. Oh, so close. We could just... If we move this node over here, we can just sort of... just make that work. Yeah, that's alright. And I was going to say we can place a park down here, but we've got this park here, which is a free entry park? Question mark? Yeah, so they can just go down and have a walk around in Delphinium Park. No issues there whatsoever. Leaky condo. Yeah, it doesn't look that bad. Autosave. I reckon that would be a cool condo to live in. Oh. Oh, okay. Fair enough. It's got the, I didn't make you historical, did I? Quickly pop that on. It's got the tarp and stuff over the top. Oh, fair enough. I accept. I was wrong there. We might just finish off with a few of these condos here. So pop that in there. We'll just move that over to there. We've got a middle one there. And do we have the other end? I think that's the other side, isn't it? Don't know when I paused. I may have been paused for a while. So is everything else historical? Yep, perfect. And is there anything else we could pop in this area here? What are these ones? They look quite nice. We've probably used those before, haven't we? That's probably a bit too tall. I'll allow it. Cool, so we've got this little node of higher density here. It's right close to a metro station, and we're just going to do a little bit of decorating here. We don't want this to be complete concrete jungle, so we're going to get some trees up, some stuff like that. which hopefully will make the whole place a little bit more attractive. You're not historical, but you are fixed. Okay, so let's have a look. What sort of populations do we have here? We've got a few people moving in. Now that's quite a popular building. These ones here, are they one family? Yeah, they are. Cool, cool. And yeah, we've got quite a few people moving in, so I think it's going to be a nice little area, nice way to bump up our population. Excellent. This new upgraded road seems to be functioning pretty well. Also excellent. Now let's just pop up to Summersby and see how that is looking. Yeah, cool. That looks like it's developed quite well. We've got not enough workers, so we have abandonment problems through the arse. So does it need to be a little bit bigger, potentially? Maybe. I thought that was enough workers to sort of support, to be honest, but I guess I was wrong. What are we looking at contour-wise? Yeah, so we're really going off a cliff if we keep going, but we could potentially put some little stub roads here, and we could get some houses sort of on the periphery of the area as well. But it's probably not going to go really any further than this. And we're saving. Okay, so I might extend this a little bit. And we will lay down a little bit more residential. I feel like these people probably have a water easement directly through their house, seeing as we've got a water pipe running down there, but I mean, once again, you knew that when you bought here, so you can't complain. Sorry. Okay, so that'll allow a little bit more development in the Summersby area, so that should be nice and easy. If we look at our road, it's busy, but it's not terrible. It's not exploding. There's not bumper-to-bumper traffic, anything like that. But potentially we might look at upgrading it to sort of a highway sort of status road. Allow a little bit faster traffic, obviously except when we start going through these turnbacks. University is still renowned as well, which is excellent. We've got more students, more campus attractiveness, more academic works. So let's have a look and see how it looks then. So we need a lot more campus attractiveness to upgrade it to a level 4, but other than that, we're pretty much on track here. You'll notice I don't have any varsity sports here. The reason for that is that it's not really a thing in Australia. To be honest, I think there might be like one tertiary education facility place here that specialises in sports, but your regular universities, they don't have sports scholarships, really, anything like that. So when we do put in some sports, which I do want to put in, they will be strictly professional rather than being attached to the university. But let's have a look at how we could make this a little bit more attractive. So we've got one fountain over here. We can potentially put some more, you know, decorative type stuff. We've got a fair bit of land here. It probably will be a school eventually. When we unlock the next school we can put down. But let's have a look and see. I keep saying that, I know. I think that's the one we've already got down, Liberal Arts Fountain. We've also got an academic statue. And what else do we have? We've got outdoor study, which is quite large, which we could fit in somewhere here, but once again, we might need to pull it down eventually. So well, why not, actually? Let's do it. Let's put down this ugly thing. Let's lower it down. Yeah, nice. Okay. It's manageable. How's the attractiveness now? We're still a long way off being able to upgrade. And it's probably down to the varsity sports, isn't it? We need those. We could maybe get like a basketball stadium or something like that in, potentially. I might leave it. I might think about it a little bit before I commit to doing varsity sports, because yeah, it's just not really an Australian thing, and this is supposed to be Australian themed, so we will just keep it quiet, keep it on the DL. Oh yes, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to fix this thing. So it's going to be requiring some resumption of properties, but yeah, what I want to do, I want to space these roads out to the width here. So I'm going to go through and we'll hopefully get that done. We've missed a node. Okay. We'll do the same here. You'll be fine, mate. Yeah, there you go. Some weird nodes here. Why is there a node right there? That doesn't make any sense to me. Of course, we're going to need to delete some houses and stuff like that as well. Sorry, people. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side as well. Okay, that is going to be a bit better. Okay, so that's a little bit better now. We can get some screening so our residents don't have to be, you know, looking at the trains all day, every day. And we can add a few more crossing points in as well, which I'm going to pop in. We don't want heaps of them. Probably every few blocks we might look at one. Yeah, I'm happy with those connections. Not too happy with that one. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, pretty happy with that. So we also want to screen this all off so we don't have kids and whatever wandering across the tracks. Then we're going to use our... Maybe our zoo fence, actually, because that sort of gives the appearance of being sort of a noise screening as well, so we might do that. We'll use our parallel road tool to do that. We'll go from here. Over to about here or so. And we'll go enter. Then we'll then switch to the other side, enter. Obviously we're building fences over our crossings. We're going to fix that. And we're saving. Yeah, I think that's it, right? Yeah, perfect. Cool. So we can get down some landscaping along here to, I guess, block out the sound a little bit more, make it look a little bit prettier. And I think we can use our prop line tool to do that as well. But what sort of plants do we want? We could get some junipers. Maybe. What else do we have? Cypress. Some regular bushes. It's very regular, isn't it? Highly regular, some would say. Got morayas, but they're probably too small, really, aren't they? No. Tiny garden bushes. Generic tiny trees? I wouldn't call that tiny. I reckon that's a nice medium-sized tree there. And we've got the small variety of that tiny tree. Oh, okay, so this is the full growth cycle of the tiny tree that we initially saw. I'm thinking we might actually go with some cypress trees, to be honest. It's a bit different. No, actually no. We're going to stick reasonably native here. So no, I'm not going to do that. So what sort of native options do we have for screening? We do have morayas. I think we might go with morayas, to be honest. I know I crapped on them before, but let's do it. We'll use our prop line tool. How are we looking there? Those are not morayas. These are, though. Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Oops. Okay, so how are we looking? Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I think that's good. Nice amount of screening, but you can still tell there's a train line there, so you're not going to go hopping the fence because you're a cool guy or anything like that. This is sort of a bit of a moot point right now because we don't actually have any trains that run in this direction, but potentially we could look to maybe put another station here. I mean, it makes sense, I guess. It's a fair sort of amount away from Thornton Station here. Thornton Junction. And we could maybe put one sort of over here as well to serve this side of the community here. But I think we're happy with that at the moment. I'm really liking our population as well. It's going up to almost 50,000, so we are well on our way to 60. And that is, of course, thank you to our high density little area we've built up here, which is almost full up, to be honest. And obviously we've got a little bit of development over here at Summersby as well. It looks like our population increases more or less fixed up our issues here. We've got a few, or just the one place really, that doesn't have any workers at all, so I don't know how there's 16 visitors. Potentially they've got some sort of self-service option set up there. But other than that, yeah, it looks pretty good. How's the population here? 324. Decent, to be honest. And what, they've got 166 out of 321? Or is that 166 people have jobs and the rest are unemployed? I don't know. Not sure. But other than that, yeah, looks quite nice. How's things looking in the CBD here? A lot of traffic. That's not terrible, actually. Looks like this little interchange here is functioning reasonably well. We've got people switching between bus and tram. I assume there's a few people also switching down to the metro, though it does look like we really have any passengers waiting there. 69 passengers a week. Not terrible. Not terrible. What are you doing? I don't want you on the T1. What the hell? Well, the Tangaras. Maybe because I have deleted the preview. So obviously Blue Thunder is slowly releasing the Ride Metrover assets, and I am, as they're releasing, I'm deleting the preview ones I have and adding in the like full releases. So potentially I might have stuffed something up when I've done that. Maybe. Is Tangara still selected? What have I done? I'm confused. Oh, there it is. It's an interesting order. Yeah, I don't know how that works. Got some XPTs. Got some loud horns and such. God damn, that's a busy station, isn't it? Look at that. 493, that is decent usage. I think we've still got a shuttle bus over here. Yeah, we do. Little Metrover signs. Very cute. I would love some Australian style freight assets that are sort of generic. I'm liking these AFTs, but obviously they're American style. Their liveries are, let's follow it, you know, very much parodies or generic versions of actual American freight companies. So it'd be really cool to have, and it's actually something I'm sort of working on, some generic type assets for freight. that are a bit more Australian or European. Watch this space, I guess you could say there. Anyway. Other than that, I think I've really done everything I wanted to work on this episode. Or this stream. Episode, stream, whatever. So it's been a bit of a short one, but I think I might actually leave it there. Because I don't want to just be, you know, running around doing random stuff as I feel like it, just to fill up time. I'm happy with the progress we've made, so I think we will actually leave it there. But I will leave you with a nice nighttime view of the city to finish off with before I fully go. So we'll switch over there. Look, regardless, I'm streaming on a few different services. YouTube, Facebook apparently still as well, even though I thought I turned it off. Twitch and also Trovo as well. So if you're on any of those platforms and you're enjoying, could you please follow me on the platform, especially Twitch and Trovo. Obviously got a few followers on YouTube, which is really good, but I've got none on Twitch and none on Trovo, and the barrier for monetization on those platforms is a lot lower than on YouTube. So if you're watching and you wouldn't mind, please give me a follow. You know, it doesn't really cost you anything. But yeah, I'll leave it there. I'll leave you with this wonderful view of the city to finish off with. And I will see you in the next stream or video, whenever that might be. So thanks so much for joining tonight. And I'll catch you in the next one.